I digress.
Fun and games.
Yes,
Fun and
certainly.
games. Back to school. Actually, the whole show kind of today revolves around back to school too, which is fun.
So we've got back to school lunches, I understand.
Yeah, actually, we're going to check in with Alexandra and Colin right now with Made with Love Delectable Edibles.
Hi, guys. Yeah, we have been back to school shopping for all sorts of healthy, whole food lunches, hey? Our guys are just as excited as yours, Bill. Like, yeah, the back to school thing is the height of September.
Sure.
So,
yes.
Yeah, sending them with some really good food to keep them going.
Nice.
Colin had the apple there too. Is that still approved? Are you still able to take the teacher?
Absolutely. Why not? They might not eat it. No. Just kidding. So they're going to be joining us, obviously, to talk a little bit about nutritious lunches, how to get the kids to eat the nutritious stuff, because that can always be, you know, a little tricky. And we're also going to talk about all the techie gadgets that the kids want and sometimes even need for back to school. So.
Yes. Certainly wasn't like that.
No.
When we went to high school.
No, my daughter lost her cell phone and it was a huge big deal because she could not go back to school without a cell phone. I'm like, you know, I didn't have a cell phone at all.
Calculators, laptops, iPads.
Oh my goodness.
All right. That's
How about
the way
a pen and some paper?
Yes, well that's almost out of style now, Cheryl.
It is. Anyways, we've got lots coming up, so hopefully you can stay with us today.
The business report is next.
On our back to school special now, we're going to talk a little bit about putting stuff into the kids' lunches, how to get them to eat healthy. Made with Love Delectable Edibles. Our regular guests here on the show, Alexandra and Colin, are joining us with an array of food. So where are we starting? I don't even know. All the colors are gorgeous. So where are we going to start today?
Okay, well, I mean, I think the main thing that we're trying to put out there for kids' lunches is really keep it simple, not just for the fact that you're making them yourselves, but because the kids really like it simple.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
That's really important, I think, more than anything else. So we're going to be doing wraps today is a big part of it. And what we have here is I've added half a cup of local quark to a bowl.
Cream cheese.
Cream cheese, right?
Yeah.
And you're going to add a tablespoon.
I'm going to get put to work.
And you're going to get put to work of the country
Excellent.
onion.
Country onion, okay. And you guys make all these, just in case nobody knows, you guys make all of these and you can pick them up at most of the health food stores in town.
Actually, Cooper's
most of the grocery stores.
Every Cooper's food store around this area carries them, and Overweighty is actually starting the product line. So they'll soon be in all your Save On Foods and Cooper's and Urban Fare and that sort of thing.
Okay, so what are we making first off?
We're making a cream cheese. We're picking a couple of different flavors of our blends. We have 9 that you could use for this purpose. They all add extra nutrients, but they make the spread just taste awesome. So the country onion, pretty normal. It's kind of like a ranch flavor type spice blend. So when you mix it into the cream cheese or into sour cream or yogurt for a dip, you get a really more traditional flavor. And then we've picked our super funky one, which is Crimson Love. And this guy is going to make bright pink spreads and sauces that your kids are going to love, and they just taste kind of like a garlic dip.
I'm not a very good measurer, so I just like to put some in.
That's good.
It looks about right.
Yeah, basically we're looking the measurements on it, half a cup of your cream cheese or quark or hummus you could use if you want to go dairy free, or you could use a thick Mediterranean yogurt like the Greek crema that's out in most of the stores now. That's a great option. And just for about half a cup of your base, you're going to add 1 tablespoon of the spread.
And is it always better if you leave it? I know most dips, when you make them overnight, they always taste a little bit better. The flavors just have a chance to sink in.
Generally, anything that you're working with dehydrated ingredients, if you can let it sit a bit longer, it just rehydrates and then blends into so it definitely adds flavor.
And what I do, because we have 4 kids and we make lunches every day, is
That's a big job.
Yeah, we just mix up the whole tub, keep it in the fridge. It's going to keep there for a week or 10 days, whatever the date is on your product. And you always have a healthy choice.
It looks really pretty, actually. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it actually looks really nice.
Yeah.
Really nice and tasty.
So what we're doing here is all different ways to create a lunch. And what we do at home is we have a 4-part lunch every day. 1 part grain, 1 part protein, 1 part fruit, and 1 part veggie. And it's really simple. Like, mostly our kids can pack their own lunches. They don't all have to be together and mixed up in a pot. They can just be whole, real food. And most children are gonna like way more prefer a plain carrot to something that you've mashed up and pureed and mixed into this or soup. So just keeping the food whole and real is a great way to get your kids really happy about eating it.
Nice.
Yeah, and I think the other thing in that is having something they can grab. Like the kids are really active when they're at school, something they can just grab and eat. Like they don't really want to sit down so much a lot of the time. So if you can add,
running around.
especially with little ones, if you have a wrap or a sandwich, or like a carrot, grab the carrot, eat the carrot,
What's
right?
up, Doc?
It's really
if you go to the
straightforward.
market, go down to Cooper's, the farmer's market, and get whole carrots, have the greens attached, and you pick one up in your kitchen one night and you say to your kids, hey, what's up, Doc? You can imagine that's the coolest thing that they're going to have in school the next day is to walk around and pretend they're Bugs Bunny.
Definitely. Definitely. So what are we doing with this?
So we're going to be adding it to things. So
Adding it to things, okay.
At the moment, we're going to be making cabbage wraps and lettuce wraps with it today. You could conversely just use tortillas or pitas or that sort of thing, or bread. Cream cheese is great on bread. So
Absolutely.
It's super easy.
So I think what we'll do is we're going to mix up these cream cheeses and we'll come back for our next segment in a few minutes and look at the different ways that we can use these protein sources mixed in with our grain and veggies and get our kids a really good balanced lunch.
All right, it's a very special edition of Midday as we go back to school today, and we will be back in just a moment.
It seems like everything is happening again. It's the same old story. People keep on getting in my way. I'm trying to do this for me. I'm tired of chancing everything and putting all this on me. It's breaking every little piece of me.
Welcome back to Midday. I'm Cheryl Blackwell filling in for Susan today on our back to school special, and we have got Made with Love Delectable Edibles. Alexandra and Colin joining us right now. We've been talking about things to put in your kids' lunches, and we're talking a little bit about wraps and stuff right now. First off, you said cabbage wraps are a really easy thing to do, but I honestly always have a hard time getting the leaf off in one. It's always shredded. It never quite makes it the way it should, unfortunately.
Well, and that's okay too, because if you have little pieces and you dip them like chips, that'll work as well. But if you want to get off a whole leaf, you're going to take a paring knife and just kind of cut the rib at the bottom of the cabbage leaf, and then really kind of gingerly just kind of tuck your fingers all along the edge there as you go and pull it off in as much a whole piece as you can.
It always overlaps.
Yeah, they're overlapping, so I'm pulling that guy out and just tucking this leaf off from underneath and pulling around. And generally, they pop off pretty easy.
It's beautiful.
So then what you've got is this nice shell. What I would do for my kids really is I would give them a few of these, kind of like a healthy meal, handy snack. They could have a purple one, they could have a green one, they could have a whole lettuce leaf, whatever they're going to eat, and tuck those in a bag and send that, and then put my protein source separately. So that
the cream cheese we made earlier or something like that?
So the cream cheese or a hummus or some hard-boiled egg mashed up with some mayo. And then when they get to school, they can actually fill their wrap and roll it up, and they think it's kind of cool. It's fun.
Kind of fun.
Yeah.
Play with their food. They like to. Actually, I'm going to eat some while you guys are Colin. So let's talk a little bit about snacks as I, chew on some beans here and taste this.
The other thing is there's lots of things out here. These things like baby tomatoes are really easy for dipping. Like if you're into dipping, these cucumbers, they take a bit of prep. A lot of kids like to take bites out of them, but you don't want to prep them. You can get like the baby cucumbers right now in a lot of the grocery stores, and that's handy. Something like that they can grab. Another thing is apples, pears, really easy, or beans.
Beans are very good, very, very tasty.
And with the wraps, another thing I find with it is, if you're doing like, you don't have to put like the savory stuff in a wrap. Like if you have like a tortilla and you have like plain cream cheese, blueberries and honey or something like that.
It sounds delectable.
Something really easy like that. They're all in the fridge. You just slap them in, roll it up. The kids like that too, so yeah.
And lots of
you
other
can
ideas.
do.
I saw you guys brought some popcorn too and stuff like that.
Popcorn is great.
Really healthy grain snack. So you don't have to send a sandwich. If you send popcorn and a plum and a orange pepper and some cream cheese or hummus dip or even some nuts is a really good option. My kids will eat just like garbanzo beans plain in a little container.
So
they
good.
think they're really easy snack food, healthy whole food, right? Or you can take, you know, some of these dried fruits that they get, grab a bagel or some whole grain bread and just smear it with some sort of filling, and then send them with a veggie and a fruit.
That looks so tasty.
Yeah, just like eating whole food. These guys love peppers, and they're beautiful.
Especially this time of year. They're just like, and the colors are gorgeous. The more color, the better it is, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So don't feel guilty about not prepping your kids' food. If you send them a whole pepper and a plum and some grain and some protein, and you send them to school like that, they're going to have the healthiest lunch. Their friends are all going to think it's super cool because they've got a Bugs Bunny carrot or an orange pepper, and that's kind of funky and weird. And it gives them somewhere new to go with their food.
Definitely. All right. Well, thanks you guys so much for joining us and bringing all these great ideas for us. I think sometimes you just need some new ideas, right? Some freshen up kind of things to get the kids excited about eating their lunch again. Thanks so much for joining us. We're going to be back in just a moment here on Midday.
Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to start again? Do you ever feel so paper thin, like a house of cards, one blow from caving in? Do you ever feel already buried deep, 6 feet under?
Let's take a quick look at the inquiry board. If you'd like to get a hold of us here at Midday, you can do that online, Facebook, Twitter. Of course, you can phone us anytime, or you can email Susan, and she'll get back to you as soon as she can. Taking a quick look at the one-day forecast for you. 27 degrees in the Caribou tomorrow, and it's going to cool off tonight, which is lovely. In the North Thompson, 28 is going to be your high tomorrow. Lots of sunshine, and that is going to be the theme for pretty much everybody. 34 in the Nicola Valley. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous. Lots of sunshine for you. Up at Sun Peaks, looking at a high around 27. Lots of sunshine there, and nice cooling off overnight, too. In the Shuswap, looking at a high right around 29 degrees. Again, tons and tons of sunshine. And in the Kamloops area, we're looking at 32. We might even hit 33 tomorrow. I think that's probably one of the hottest days this summer that we have had. So it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. And we're going to close out the show for you with a quick look at Delectable Edibles, made with Love Delectable Edibles, and what you guys have been up to while we've been chatting about the Super Walk. So what have you guys been doing over here? It smells good.
Losing my microphone. That's a good
Other
start.
than that.
We've been making wraps, and this is, we've got them cut across here in a side view, and we've been actually eating lots of really cool food from our kids'
there
lunches.
is a really amazing pink cabbage wrap, if you want to show the camera that, dude.
That looks absolutely
that's
amazing.
the cream cheese just rolled into a cabbage leaf. The kids are like, wow, it's pink. Cool.
Pink food.
Yeah, so that's,
awesome.
and it's just done with whole beets. So when you're giving it to them, it tastes like garlic. They think it's cool, it tastes yummy, but it looks pink, and they don't even know they're getting extra veggies.
Smells really good too.
Yeah, I've spread some just on the whole grain bread and done a really simple sandwich with the country onion. And then just all the different whole food ways of, making lunchtime easy and fun.
So what would you do with the avocado? Just chuck it in there too?
I would. My kids will take avocados and just like peel them. They
And eat
actually
them.
peel around in a circle pretty much like a funky banana. You can also
awesome.
use them as a spread on your sandwich. So all different ways to incorporate food. And if you do it, your kids will do it. So don't tell them to do it, show them, and then they'll think it's cool.
Okay, so we're going to eat, and hopefully you have a great day. Back to school day. Thanks so much for joining us here on Midday.